something that I have found to be consistently true throughout my life is that the more I simplify, the less stress I have and the more productive I am. I feel like as a society, as a culture, we get into this mindset that more equals more. The more we fill our plates, the more productive we will be, the more activities we sign our kids up for, the cooler we are as a mom, whatever. And I just feel like this is not true. This is a false cycle, and it actually leads to overwhelm, and it leads to less productivity. So today I want to talk about some ways that I have found to be really, really helpful when it comes to trying to be more productive, trying to have a more intentional and mindful life in general. I shared recently how I do my meal planning, and I'm actually going to show you again because if you missed it, I want you to see it. It's been so awesome for me. I like to do my meal planning on these little index cards, and then I just clip them together with a silver ring, and I've come up with I think 6 or 7 weeks worth of meals. And what I will do is I will try and create a week's worth of dinners that has similar ingredients, things that I can repeat. So if I'm doing homemade pizza, that means I'll have cheese, which will go well with the stuffed shells. I can also use them for grilled cheese and obviously these cheesy potatoes with broccoli. And then I will always opt out of one of these. So I will have leftovers. So I don't cook every single night, but I will go ahead and decide that week really what we're feeling like. And then I will write all the ingredients on the back that I need to make these meals. And this is really nice because I can go through my pantry and see what I need. I can also just start in my pantry if I want to work backwards and see what matches up to these cards. I do grocery pickup once a week. So what I will do is I will see what I already have in my pantry. That's the first thing. And then I will just make my grocery list online based off of these cards and whatever week I've chosen. Now these weeks do not go in order. It's not like week 1 is the first week of the month. I will switch these around. This is just to give me an idea and to help me stay organized. These are all dinners that my family loves. These are things that are staples in my house. I often have a lot of the ingredients for them anyway. So these are super, super yummy. I have tried so many different meal planning systems throughout the year, and this one has definitely worked the best. I sat down for about an hour is all it took and created all of this. And it has just been the most simple and straightforward plan. I always know that I can refer back to this. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So I highly recommend coming up with your family's favorite dinners and then creating cards just like this to make it super, super simple. I love the idea of forming habits. This is a little bit different to me than setting goals. I feel like goals are a little bit, they're like the big sister of habits, but I do feel like our daily habits lead us to ultimate goals or overall goals for our life. So I feel like the habits are almost the most important part. So if you're thinking about the goals that you really want to have or goals you want to set, try and think of the habits that will actually lead you to the goal. For example, if you have a goal of having a more clutter-free home, I definitely recommend having a habit of every single time you walk into a space, whether that be a cupboard, a closet, a drawer, whatever, you remove at least 1 to 3 items. So this habit is going to help you achieve your greater goal. And I would focus on one habit at a time. I think one habit a month is pretty reasonable. Again, I think we get this idea that we need to set all these goals, form all these good habits, but we burn out and they don't really yield us the end result that we're hoping for. Then we start feeling bad about ourselves. This is the opposite of what we want. So try and form one good habit at a time, and think of that as contributing to your larger goal. And like I said, one habit a month I think is good. Let me know if you're guilty of this, just like I have been in the past. I'm not anymore, but I used to feel really guilty for resting. Like, oh, there's so much I could be doing. I could be playing with my kids. I could be getting prepped for dinner. I could be decluttering. I could be cleaning. There's always a million lists, I think, that we have kind of running through our heads of things that we can get done. But part of simplifying your life is embracing a little bit of a slower pace. This seriously contributes to productivity. As you're rested, as you're feeling energized and recharged and given that time to yourself, you will get more done and you will feel so much better. So rest without guilt, especially after you've completed a task, especially after you have spent a little while in your home decluttering or played with your kids or you prepped dinner or whatever. Maybe you turn this into a habit every single day after you read your kids a story, whatever it is. It's like a cue. You get to go and have 5 to 10 minutes, whatever you feel like you can do, to yourself, where you're not on electronics, you're actually like reading a book or journaling or just meditating, whatever. This seems very indulgent. And again, I feel like in this society, we are so trained to think that we have to be going, and doing in order to be productive. But this self-care is a huge part of productivity because we want to be at our best. Always. We get more done that way. We're more motivated. We have more energy. It's so good for your mental health. So rest without guilt. Kind of going along with that, I highly recommend creating a clutter-free zone. This is kind of your sacred space. This is where there are not going to be piles of laundry that's taunting you. There are not going to be a bunch of kids' toys. There's not anything that's nagging you, that's there just kind of glaring at you, begging you to acknowledge it. So create this space in your home, whether it be a corner, whether it be an entire room. My bedroom, I try my best to have this be my clutter-free zone. I tidy it up every single day and I don't really allow a lot of extra stuff in here. And it's just because I want this to be a retreat. This is where I can come and sit down and really enjoy those 5 or 10 minutes of rest and recharge. This next one is so hard. Again, it goes against our cultural programming, but drop one thing from your to-do list. Can you do it? I know it's so hard. Whatever doesn't contribute to your main overarching goals for life. For me, and I mentioned this before, but for me, my goals are to be less stressed. I really need that. I need to be more peaceful and I want to have more time for my kids. So those are my main goals. So whatever isn't contributing to that, I completely eliminate from my schedule. Drop one thing from your to-do list. Do it every single day. This again is a habit. Drop a thing, drop an item, drop the thing that least contributes to the life you're trying to build for yourself and your family. I've talked about the 30-second rule before, but it's a good one. I love this. If you can put the item away in 30 seconds or less, do it right now. Just do it on the spot. This helps simplify your life because you're not creating little piles around your house. So if you can do it, if you can put it away in 30 seconds or less, do not wait. Another few things just to give you more of an idea of things that I think only take about 30 seconds are straightening the pillows on your couch, loading a few dishes in the dishwasher, going through one of your kids' backpacks, spot mopping, wiping down the mirror or the countertop in the bathroom. These things really do contribute to a more simplified and therefore peaceful life, especially if you don't let these things pile up and then they're really begging for your attention at the end of the day. I love the idea of having a master packing list and a master to-do list. This is anytime I'm going to leave town, no matter where it is, I have a list of things that I really don't want to forget and a list of things that I want to make sure that I do before I leave. I will actually have these lists down in the description box for you in case you don't have a master list of your own. Adjust it however you want, take away, add, whatever, but this is just kind of a guide and a place to start. Having this master list seriously simplifies things and makes trips and getting ready for trips a lot more stress-free. So I highly recommend having a master packing list, and then have a list of things that you know for sure you want to do, like unplug appliances. Make sure there's no toaster or curling iron plugged in the wall. Make sure that the back door is locked. Take out all the garbage. Run the dishwasher. Run the garbage disposal. These are things that really matter, especially if you're going to be gone for a little while, to come home and have all of this done. Your house smells better. You don't have to worry. And it's just really, really nice. So again, I'll have these little lists just to get you started down in the description. Embrace the idea of having enough. I love saying this. I have enough denim. I don't need another pair of jeans. I have enough commitments. I actually can say no to this church obligation or this, volunteer opportunity because I have enough commitments that I already have. Don't feel guilty for turning down things that you have felt pressured to do in the past that do not contribute to a more simplified, stress-free life. You and your family come first. I promise you, it is okay. It is okay to say, I have enough. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I make videos like this every single week. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you later. You say bye?
Bye.
Bye.